What is up guys, Anthony here, and in today's video I want to go over the iPhone 11 Pro Max. What's new, what did I miss in my initial thoughts video, all of that is going to be covered in this video. So we're pretty much going to be going over the new specs, some of the stuff that I might have missed in my first video. So first off, we're going to talk about the design. The design is very similar to last year's iPhone XS and XS Max. The only real difference is that now it comes in a matte finish. There was rumored to be a few more design changes, such as a more boxy design like we saw on the iPhone 4 and 4S, but it was also supposed to feature a new volume or mute switch. The new mute switch was supposed to mimic those found on the iPads, but that didn't happen, neither did the boxy design, so we could expect to see that in 2020 iPhones, who knows. But all we do know for sure is that it didn't happen this year, so that's pretty much it on the design changes, not much else to report on those. I wanted to go over the display because there are some new features on the display that I didn't really go over in my first video. The most noticeable change is that now the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max have a peak brightness of 1200 nits. Previously I think it was around the 600 mark. I know for sure that the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max max out at 1200 nits, so that's going to be awesome in those daylight situations when the sun is glaring a little too hard on your phone. Another thing that they updated on the displays this year is that now it's 15% more power efficient than last year's model. So that of course helps with the longer battery, which I will get to later on in this video, but that's another thing worth mentioning. The last thing I wanted to mention regarding the display is that they, instead of adding a feature, took one away. So there is no longer 3D touch on any of the iPhone models this year, which is kind of disappointing. I was expecting them to put in 3D touch in the 11 Pro and Pro Max models this year and take them away next year, but I guess I was behind on that loop, because there is no 3D touch on this year's models. So instead it has been replaced with haptic touch, which is just pretty much long pressing and you get a little vibration from the phone. It's not quite the same, you do have to wait, and especially if you've been using 3D touch, you can definitely tell that there's a little bit of a lag when you have to do the long presses. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Not really much of a feature or upgrade, but it is something different in this year's display technology. Let's move away from the displays now and talk about something that is probably one of the best features about the new iPhone Pros. So that is the battery. Apple referred to the batteries as Pro this year in their keynote. I don't think that's an understatement. These batteries are really awesome in terms of how efficient they are and how long they last. So according to Apple, if you're coming from the regular XS, you can expect up to 4 hours of battery improvement. But if you're coming from the XS Max, you can expect an improvement of up to 5 hours. They really upped the battery capacity on this year's model, so I'm impressed that they were able to get that much battery life out of them. Of course, the new, more efficient display helps, as well as the A13 Bionic chip found in the iPhones. So for this last segment of the video, I want to go over the cameras, because not only did the main cameras get an improvement, the selfie cam did as well. The telephoto lens that's been around since the iPhone 7 Plus got a little upgrade. Now it is able to do better low light shots with a higher 2.0 aperture. That is up from 2.4 last year on the XS Max. This year, they decided to include an all-new sensor, which is the ultra-wide camera sensor. That is the third one sticking out. And it is a little bit of an oddball in terms of design, but it does capture amazing shots. So they do have some really cool examples on their website. I'm going to throw some of my own up here so you guys can check it out. One of the features that Apple introduced this year that was by far the best in my opinion was the new night mode. So the new night mode looks to rival Google Pixel's night mode, which is really amazing. So I can't wait to test the iPhone 11 Pro Max's night mode. Maybe I'll compare the two in a camera test, we'll see how that goes. But it is very exciting to take night shots that have a lot of detail and a lot of color in them. The selfie cam is upgraded from 7 megapixels to 12 this time around, and it is able to record 4K video at 60 frames per second. That is really cool for a front-facing camera. So a lot of people are saying that people are going to start vlogging on their iPhones now, and that could possibly be true. With that huge of an upgrade, I think it's really significant to mention that in this video. A lot of the times we don't really notice the selfie cam upgrades just because iPhone photography is usually centered on the main cameras. But with this kind of upgrade, we can definitely expect to see a lot more videos and media shared through the front-facing camera. This probably has more to do with iOS 13 than an actual iPhone upgrade, but they did decide to change the camera interface, so it's a lot better now. One thing I noticed, and I don't know if this has been around for a while, but now you can change the aspect ratio of your photos, so you can go from 16:9 to 4:3, a lot of different stuff. So those are the most significant changes with this year's iPhone 11 Pro series. So that's where I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to stick around for other content coming soon. See you guys next time.